Well, and this led to our mission statement, where we said for us as BMW, quality, innovations, schedule adherence, and costs. And costs is at the fourth position, and that's not a coincidence. We said it's all has the same level of importance. We create the most effective OEM supply chain worldwide in order to ensure the sustainable success of business. So bringing all those issues together was our task we did we have done within the last 3 years. What are our main goals in our network, in our branch? Sustainable improvement of profitability. That's the most important thing. That's what we all want. Improvement of supply chain and schedule adherence, more customer-relevant innovations, further quality improvements, increase in capital productivity, and economic and sustainable natural hedging. As we sell many cars in the US and China and Japan, we want to purchase much more in the Americas and in Asia. Well, what were our main tasks we did in our department? Now I gave you a picture of our department, of anything we do there, and now I will focus on the issues and goals we think that are important for a modern purchasing and supplier network, supply chain department. First thing is looking outside the window, getting an impression how the world would like in the future and which innovations would be important for us as an industry and for the customer. So we are strong in the evaluation of the market for all things that could be used in electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles. We were the catalyst in bringing our suppliers together. Like, we get our batteries in our hybrid and electric vehicles from automotive, and this is a joint venture by Bosch and Samsung. So we said Samsung has the best cell technology, and automotive has a strong automotive know-how. So we brought the suppliers together, asked them, could you deliver state-of-the-art lithium-ion battery technology for our powertrains? And that's what happened. So we really actively try to get, as our member of the board, Mr. Dies always says, we get the people to the party. Yeah, and that's the important thing. We got them together to the party. So this was the issue of electric vehicle. When you look at the electric vehicle, you have the big issue that you cannot store enough energy in the batteries. So you have to do anything to manage that disadvantage of that kind of car. So what we actually do, we have a strong research ourselves and research in the supplier market in the area of carbon fiber plastics, which are the lightest possibility to get structure in the car. Here we did something quite new as a supply chain. We said we need, for our car, we need a lot of plastics. So how can we get the carbon fiber, and how can we get the carbon fiber in an ecological and economical, useful way to our factory? So we built a joint venture with SGL Carbon, which has a huge experience in the carbon fiber technology. And then we said, okay, we have all the guys from purchasing, from logistics, quality, and component production, from production together. We all have them, and now let's use all our knowledge in that kind. And what you see here is exactly what we did. We said, okay, where can we get the carbon fiber in the best way? Carbon fiber, fabrics, producing it is very energy intensive. So if you want to build a green car, you need a light material, but if you produce the light material, highly energy intensive, then you lose all your advantage. So we said, okay, in Moses Lake, Washington State, there is a lot of water power, electrical power by water. Let's use the power right there to produce the fiber. Then we send it to Wackersdorf, that's in Germany. And there we make non-crimped fabrics and recycle the fibers. So the fiber is transported, we make the fabrics. The fabrics is used to make the components, and the components are used to build a car. And everything is at a different place. We have our joint venture partner who is in the production process where he has the highest knowledge of the whole process, and all our people from the different fractions are in the boat. So this example is an example for how you can build a product for a competitive price because you have the right people in your department and you have the right organization and you have the right structure. If we hadn't the right structure, we couldn't have done that. This is the message at the end of the day. What we also do in our department is natural hedging, something very important, get the lowest cost, the best products, but it's also important to reduce the risk for the company. So when we sell a lot in the US, we want to purchase as much as we can in countries where the US dollar is a kind of key or anchor currency. I have to look at my watch. Oh, I have to speed up. Complexity. This is just a picture how all the companies that are within the electric car business are connected to each other. That's all capital connections. So this is quite scary because you never know with whom you are speaking at the end. If you work in a complex world, trust and working good with the suppliers is a very important issue. So all we do is to have good and long-lasting relationship to those guys who are most experienced in their business. Lean supply optimization, I think this is not that important. What we also do is cost engineering. That brings not the chain around everything, but cost engineering is quite an important part in the whole supply chain management, because this is something that helps you because you know what you really get, and that also helps your supplier because you can tell your supplier that he may pay too much to his own suppliers and to your end-tier level. So cost engineering can lead to a lot of win-win situations in the whole business we just talked about. Our business principles, I think we don't have to go into much detail. You can get we talked about that before, you can get the presentation if you like. So These are the principles. We try to stick to them, and as they are not easy to reach, this is also a challenge. Summary, at the end of the day, what does that mean for our relationship to our suppliers? Doing all those issues I just told you. And this is the latest supplier business poll, when the suppliers were asked which car makers are the most attractive to work with. And we got the first position right here, 78%. This started a discussion within BMW. Do we pay too much for our parts and components we buy? But I think in a long-term relationship, it's always a give and take, and this is a result we should be happy about. The second question was, which car maker makes the highest demands for the best product technology? And as I said before, Germans, a little bit nerdish, we also are on the first point. When we look at the Germans, you see them, the BMW, the Audis, the Mercedes, the Porsche, the Volkswagen, and then you have the Japanese, then the French, and then the Americans, and then the Czech and the Koreans. All prejudices are fulfilled in that. So I come back what I said before. It's very close to that what we learned after lunch. And we want to be fit for the future with our suppliers within our network. And I thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free now or later, or you also can send me an email, whatever you like. Thank you.
Perhaps a question from my side. You're working with that concept. Are the competitors doing the same? Or you will be...
No, actually, they all asked us, how do you do it? So I think the integration of the whole supply chain, yeah? Logistics, quality, and purchasing, we are the first. At the moment, we are the only ones. But I'm sure that in a few years, more will do that. So we get so many questions, and I believe this is quite a useful way.